Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's been so long. How long has it been? Wah. My hair is dripping. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, boom, boom. Yay! I actually don't remember what I did with my save. I know I'm trying to kill everybody. And I'm on Ashton. And then there's Luke. So. Huh, okay. If there is something.
I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
And so, with a last deep draw of breath, I step out into the morning. Setting aside my own problems for now, all while carrying a new set of uncertainties within me. If I'm lucky, and Professor Clark has no other obligations today, I know just where to find him. A moderate crowd has already gathered at the park by the hour I arrive. People walking their dogs, kids playing a game of tag, and a few who are simply content to lay in their blankets with a book in hand. Cheers and laughter, mostly from children and families, leads the place with some kind of a warm atmosphere. I tend to avoid the park precisely because of this. No use reminding myself of the could-haves when it's already over. Oh wait, did we read this already? Okay, no we're not. No we haven't. Okay, oops. Mom's doing well with her career, Dad's also fine with the last time I visited. Although never remarried, they're both content with their lives as it is. I'm probably the only one who's still caught up with it, hence my aversion. But all in all, it's still a pleasant sight to see, if you're the kind who takes joy in such sights. Professor Clark does, and as expected, I find him enjoying a walk around the place moments later. He stops as soon as he sees me, a small grin spreading across his face when I approach, his hand raised in casual greeting.
Not running today, Professor?
Oh, no, not today. Just thought I'd enjoy the nice weather before it takes a turn for the norm again. And to what do I owe the pleasure?
The guy certainly looks happy right now in any case. I almost don't want to break the news to him. But it's better to get this off quick, as long as he doesn't shoot the messenger. He's not the type. However, long-held resentment can change a person, even someone as mild-mannered as the professor.
Maybe we should sit down first.
With a slight gesture of my hand, I lead the two of us to a nearby bench, away from anyone who might want to listen in. Not that there's much to hear. It's just for the sake of his privacy. He's had enough of this city's tattlers 10 years ago. There's definitely no need to feed more fuel to a fire that's already died down years ago. I wait for him to take the empty space beside me before starting. Instead, he spares a moment to give me a once-over, quiet and unblinking. During his scrutiny, it reminds me of all those times he has done the same back when I was still a student. I try not to flinch, meanwhile. Once he's done, he simply raises a hand, reaching up to correct his glasses. A habit. As I've learned many years ago, he does that once he's found what he's searching for. A nervous tick or an odd stain on one's person. Something to tell him about the one in front of him. The art of keen observation? I learned it from the man. It's very likely that he already has an idea of what this might be about, from my appearance and expression alone. Despite this, he allows me to speak. First, and wordlessly takes the open seat beside me, a smile still on his face as he watches the scene in front of us. Funny how the world simply goes on while we sit here, with his shadow looming over us.
I was hoping to talk to you about the case.
I suppose I'm just the downer today. As soon as I say those words, a look of concern replaces his cheery expression.
You aren't in trouble, are you?
For a second, I hesitate, looking at the dirt beneath my shoes. But I manage, eventually. After a long, ragged draw of breath, I pick up where I've left off, though still fumbling with my words.
Well, I'm in a bit of trouble, if you can call it that.
He quickly raises a questioning brow at that.
But I'm not in danger or anything.
You've said that same excuse a million times before, Detective Inspector. Those circles under your eyes and your slouch tell a different story.
It's nothing like what you're thinking. Don't worry. I was taken off the Luxborn firm case.
I expect anger, frustration, maybe even disappointment. But all he gives me is a small sigh of relief.
Is that so? Well, at least you aren't in danger. Liz wouldn't be too happy as she saw you like this right now.
Liz. Aunt Liz, she insisted I call her, his late wife. A sweet-tempered woman by so many standards, they were never blessed with kids and contented herself with simply managing their bakery. But she's the closest I had to a mom in the few years I had known her. The professor, too. In the absence of my own parents in my life, the two filled the ache their separation left in me.
Believe me, you'll get an earful if you show up looking like that on her doorstep.
How many years has it been since? 9? 10? I can still remember it vividly. Two men, primly dressed, briefcases in hand, and a stern look on each of their faces. It's chill, Jabin. You didn't miss much. We just have some ash lore. They were already frequent visitors to the bakery for a few months, something about the lot being a prime property in downtown Luxembourg. Oh, this is just him getting off the case and him reminiscing about... I'm guessing when Professor Clark's first wife got murdered? I don't exactly remember. I think they were hoping to settle a deal with them, but neither of the couple gave in to their demands. Why should they? That quaint little shop was a dream for them. Aunt Liz sent me home early that night after a fruitless wait for the professor. The next morning, news of a bakery razed to the ground had spread across the whole city. One casualty. Yeah, it was his wife who died. Okay. A few weeks later, the property was sold to the Wright Enterprise. A fucking hotel now stands in its place. Boop. Of course, an investigation was launched after the incident. The name Luke Wright was briefly at the center of it, but with the lack of any evidence, the case ultimately went cold. The professor hides it well, however. I can tell that he hates the man to this day. He might even blame Luke Wright for every tragedy that happens in this city. He has never blamed me, though, even when I'm equally as responsible. I knew something was off the moment those men stepped inside the shop. I could have saved her that night. I could have prevented anything from happening to her, called for help or whatever. I didn't. So it continues to eat me until today. The guilt. The Luxembourg firm case would have been our chance at reopening that old case, if we could prove Luke Wright of his crimes. Instead, we're back to square one. Yet all he has for me are words of comfort. To think he can still be this concerned about me. After my carelessness, after I've broken another promise a second time, people never cease to amaze me.
You might think that you have failed as an officer. Or maybe you think that you have failed me. And you know more than anyone. I would love to see that man taken down. If anyone deserves to be tried in high court, it's him.
Yeah, J-Ben, I hope you're doing well.
Goodness knows what awful things he's done. But I'm glad nothing's happened to you while you were working on this. That's what's most important. I'd hate to get news like that again.
Suddenly, he stops. A thoughtful look flashes in his eyes as he thumbs the wedding band on his ring finger before he continues. Another habit. Ah, that's good to hear. He has never removed it since that day, has never thought once to remarry, even when he managed to continue with his life and return to some semblance of normalcy. In his way of honoring her, I suppose, when he couldn't bring to justice the man responsible for his loss. Some people are just hard to forget. And I understand that now. Oh, because Isabella's dead. I don't know if we've reached him reacting to Rebecca's death yet in this playthrough.
It's not like another death. Yours or even his will bring back my wife.
Silence falls between us afterwards. Oh, how is he gonna process the confession? And then seeing that Rebecca died on the news. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I don't quite know what to say after that, really. Should I apologize? Show some sympathy? Going into this, I should have thought of something other than just breaking the news to him. Dude, I've had that thought before as well. Like, just raise a whole bunch of livestock in a remote area. Cut myself off from all of civilization. Bro, that sounds nice. Right? As it is, it seems the only thing we can do is feel sorry for each other's misfortunes. On another occasion, under different circumstances, I might have accepted that, but...
And I don't know if I've told you yet, but the one in the news recently, the girl, she was the one you kept mentioning before, yes? The girl you frequently hang out with. They said she briefly worked for them, as their real estate agent for the mansion. I've just heard about it. Although, for what it's worth, I'm sorry about what happened to your friend. I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but if this is that man's doing...
Professor, please.
They come out more strained than usual, more than what I'm accustomed to when speaking to the older man. Maybe if things around me hadn't started going beyond my control, the letter, the mansion, the supposed curse behind those, I'd still be quick to blame it all on the bastard too. As much as I want to keep holding him responsible for it, to add another to his list of sins.
Please don't finish that.
All this time, I've prided myself over being the one to always know. But ghosts and curses? These are things completely out of my depth. That's a weird word. Professor Clark's right in some way. Things would be so much easier if we just blamed Luke Wright for all of this. At least finding evidence would be a breeze, and I'd be all too happy to put him in a place he belongs. Although, if he was in any way also complicit to what happened to her, legalities have my hands tied. But maybe that's my fault. Might have missed the ticket to closing the case once and for all last night. If only I had done a better job during the party. But then, the commotion. There was Hannah Wright and Rebecca distracting me from my purpose too. I'd include that gate crasher as well. even though it's only for a moment. So many things have gone wrong last night that...
This isn't a prank! I saw something! See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys. It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Stealth 100, J-Vent. This is why you need to be more observant. Last night at the party.
But it's real! What do you think I saw? It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
That woman.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
Oh yeah, we haven't discovered Zachary's body yet in the cell. That's fair, J-Vent. Shit. If that was what Isabella had been warning us about, if it was the same thing Rebecca talked about last night. Fair. Or what Zach told me about a few days ago. How many of these instances have I dismissed since reading the letter? How many have I ignored and passed off as some effect of fatigue or lack of sleep? I still find that hilarious. Sees a ghost woman kill his friends or appear out of nowhere. Man, I must be really tired. I'm doing alright, Mozzie. I've been really curious on what's happening with the letter. That I almost read it off stream, but then I felt guilty. Because we're on this route together. How are you, Mozzie? I hope things are going well. Oh my god, 3 months before 2 years. That's crazy. Even last night, a hallucinogen lacing the food is the first thing I considered. Purely because that's what my training dictates. Things are okay. Feeling a bit lazy today, though. That's fair, Mozzie. It's nice to take, like, lazy days. I'm guessing 1 year? Question mark, J-Van? I know it's not 1 month. It's a mindset I've grown used to. It's the setting the gears in my head automatically takes in a situation like that. Of course, I'm not discounting all of that yet, until I have enough information. Something to form a conclusion from. Proof in whatever for it may come. But Mozzie, rest, sleep, drinking a nice warm drink. Those are also very nice. I should be writing, actually. I should be writing for March 1st, but I haven't. Same, J-Vent, that's fair. But thinking straight is impossible when all of a sudden all your beliefs are being upturned. In the most violent way possible at that. It's called self-care. We're taking a day off. Jesus, I need a sounding board. I need to talk to someone and Zach's the best person for that.
I have to go.
Already? Wait, Ashton, where are you?
I don't have time to stop and listen to what the professor has to say, as I bolt up and run like a bat out of hell. I have no idea what Ashton means by that. Getting back to my car in record time, I don't waste a second to hit the road and drive to Zach's place. If any of us knows anything about what's going on, who can help sort the muddled mess my mind is? It's got to be him. He listened to Isabella. Zach's the kind who prefers to laze around his apartment on the weekend, especially after having a busy week like the last one. See, even Zach is taking a self-care day. The board of sounding will help us. It is like the magic conch. The board of sounding, what do you say? Wait. Shh, this is not delayed. Beautiful. Okay. Zach's the kind to laze around his apartment on a weekend, especially after having a busy week, like the last one. Isn't it? It's great. It's great wisdom. The big guy's nowhere in sight when I arrive, though. Figures, people don't seem to be where they should be when I need them. Looking around, I find no sign where he might have gone to. He usually leaves a note on his fridge if he's out for the day, just in case someone drops by. No, I have not. I honestly didn't know it was a mod because so many people who stream and make content of it have it. I thought it was just, vanilla. But yeah, I really should. Yeah, I know it makes the loot bugs use that sound. Looking around, I find no sign where he might be. He usually leaves a note on his fridge if he's out for the day, just in case someone drops by. If there isn't one, he probably just went out for a quick walk. I hope. Maybe he ran out of eggs or something and went out to buy some. He is out of eggs, after all. Yeah, I've seen it. It puts my running mind to rest for a while. He always has to have some, be it for an omelet or something he's baking. All I can do is sigh as I close it behind me. I'm still worried for my friend, of course. The messy bed suggests he was out in a hurry. He didn't even bother to fold the sheets. His cell phone's been left behind as well. Another odd thing when he has made it a habit to never leave it behind in case a client calls.
At least the locked door points to the fact that it wasn't a forced exit.
That I have not heard of, J-Bent. I take comfort in that, but not so much. Anything might happen, and completely letting my guard down is out of the question. In hindsight, I shouldn't have left Rebecca alone either. I'll have to check on her later. In the meantime, Zach, but with no other clue where he is, and no other way to contact him, I have no choice but to wait. Sure, I could give the room another thorough run through, but I don't think Zach would appreciate me appending his place. Besides, I haven't eaten anything yet. Might as well take this chance to cool down a bit, right? Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah, I've seen that mod around. Trying to distract myself so that I don't just charge head first because of whatever paranoid scheme that comes up to mind. Returning to the kitchen, the first thing I see is a bag of chips when I rifle through his cupboards. After muttering a permission and an apology its owner won't hear, I grab it, set myself on his old couch, and turn on the television. The screen lights up right as some awful noontime drama starts airing on Channel Time. on Channel 9. Nothing like sitting in front of the TV with a mindless drone running in the background to waste away the time. And waste it away I do. The afternoon has hit its last few hours when movement comes from the other side of the door, and Zach's heavy threads break the monotonous drivel from the TV. The lock clicks, and the knob turns, and slowly it swings open to reveal a very exhausted-looking Zach. What? Did he run a marathon?
Sup, Z-Man?
Light as my tone may be, his arrival eases the restless edge in me. Who knows what I would have done if something bad happened to another one of my friends? Oops. If another minute had gone by without him showing up, I might have resorted to unconventional methods. Oh, does that mean Ash is gonna get more and more unhinged the more this route goes?
Ash, how many times do I have to tell you not to call me Z-Man? And stop breaking into my apartment! I'd call the cops on you, but doing that feels like a joke in itself because you are one.
I didn't. You gave me a key the last time I did that, remember?
Oh, I remember this conversation.
After the last one you broke, I can't keep replacing the knob just because you think it'd be amusing to lockpick the hell out of it. And hey, is that my...
It's scary how the friendly banter and easy smile come naturally.
You ate all of it! I was saving that one for the weekend!
I'll replace it.
I do it even without thinking, and that speaks volumes about how comfortable I am around him. That's nice, isn't it? What makes me afraid of it, however, is the idea that a time might come where I might just do these without even meaning to and offend him in some way. The friendship we have might be closer than most I've shared with others, but there are boundaries you can't cross without the other's permission. Zach's been respectful of that so far, neither asking about my parents or what happened to them. Me? I'd bet he'd say not so much. It's also this easy banter that makes me wish we could just stay like this. No worries, no problems, just potato chips and the debate on whether or not I deserve them. You don't deserve them. But at the same time, you're hungry. So I am conflicted. But as always, I have business. As soon as I see the chance, I take it and ask him about the odd things that have been happening lately, including that letter. You need a potato chip friend? Be an independent friend. Have your own potato chips. Become the potato chip friend. And always have, like, potato chips hiding around the house in the weirdest of places. Like, your friends come to your house, eat your potato chips, just go, I got this, and just open your closet and grab your own bag of potato chips. Nice! You're already there. Good lad. As soon as I see the chance, I take it and ask him about the odd things that have been happening lately, including the letter.
What did he say about the photographs?
Huh? Oh, there's no guarantee it's a supernatural thing. It doesn't always happen.
Hey, nice J-Vent.
So, that's a dead end right there. Now that I think about it, bothering that guy for this feels pretty silly now. But with the dreams lately...
That's all? Did he say anything about the damn letter at all? Did you ask him even?
Says the one who won't eat 7 snacks, though. I cry.
Yeah, that's really everything. The letter kind of slipped my mind. The photos were more important at that time. There was some stuff about the local horror stories, though. Talked about the curses, and he was really fascinated with the story about a wraith asking for a sacrifice to move on. Kinda nasty if you ask me, but it does make sense if you simply go along with it. I'm not sure how this will help in the grand scheme of things. Why are you asking about this anyway?
Oh yeah, this is a friendly reminder to everyone. Please eat. As expected, as we go through all of this, Zach starts to look at me like I've grown a second head. Yeah, I would too if there was another universe where I was standing in front of myself. Because even as a child, I never believed in ghost stories. The Lucky Charms and mystical objects from my mother, have often been stored away or given as paltry gifts to those who would appreciate them more. Granted, I haven't eliminated every single possibility here yet, but what else is there to go off on from? Ooh, lasagna! Man, I miss pasta. I had a steak today. It was very acidic, though, because my brother marinated it in too much lemon juice. I try to stamp down on the annoyance that comes from that thought alone. The worried look Zack shoots my way doesn't help one bit in helping me gather my thoughts either, when that's what I came here for. Oh no, that was my brother. He decided to put lemon juice to marinate the steak. I mean, you can do it. I probably would go with lemon zest, though, not the juice. Somehow, everyone's just suddenly so worried about me. It's not like I'm pulling this out of my ass. Why would the dots, Javen? Even if Rebecca claims there's something shady going on, I'm inclined to believe there must be a scrap of truth to it. And when I look at those, along with Isabella's warnings, what happened to her? What's occurring around Zack? What has taken place around Luxembourg since Isabella found the letter?
Have you seen the news this morning?
His puzzled expression is enough to answer. Of course he hasn't. Lemon and steak. I mean, I guess I should try it before I knock it. Yeah, it's lemon steak and other spices, my dude. Calm down. Another night's another nightmare. The guy most likely went out as soon as he got out of bed to shake things off, to shake the images off. The memories have never really left him. Why? Do you not like lemon? The memories have never really left him. So I show him, cycling through the channels until I find one doing a recap of this morning's reports. And there it is. The poor guy is unidentifiable, with how badly his body's been burnt. Murder via arson? That'd be the logical explanation if I was the officer looking into it. Yeah, the lemon juice to marinate the steak with. Hello, Shade. What do you marinate your steak with? Because my brother decided with lemon juice and some other things this time around, and he put too much lemon juice. Except they couldn't find the source of the fire. The fire didn't even spread. That's fair, Shade. What's your go-to?
Found dead in the early hours of the morning today. The fire was contained within the room and no other tenants were harmed, according to Luxborn police.
They're going to consider spontaneous human combustion soon enough, if they don't find anything else. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. That's the safe choice. And then there's the default steak seasonings you can buy. Ayo! Sup, Cappy bro? Have a nice lurk. I use butter, salt, pepper, and garlic. Then I have some other seasoning I can mix in. I try to let the steak flavor shine through. That's fair. My family tries to marinate it for at least overnight. But that's just rubbed. Ah, fair shade. But what's important for everyone to note is the state of the room.
A similar writing was found in another victim's room from last week's incident. Both were employees of Briar Realty Corporation. LBN has reached out to the...
Like what happened to Cooper and Isabella. Hell, I wonder how many other deaths like this I've missed while I've been looking into Wright. The LPD is already thinking it's a serial killer at this point. How long until they consult with the London Metropolitan I'm not sure. The Alsum Butcher has always been an enigma, even to the people within this city. Gone for a few years, and then in the next, one body after another is found. Ooh, interesting. What's a slider? Like, mini steak? Question mark? Steak slider. Oh, it's in bread? It's in a bun. So it's like a burger. Like mini cheeseburger, but they use steak. Interesting. Huh. Merely handling the case was apparently driven the chief inspector insane years ago. He never did find out who committed those murders. Maybe now, this time.
You think this is...
I don't know what to think, Zach.
In the next second, I am up on my feet and pacing the span of the small room without thinking about it. That's fair, Jabin. My body just needs to be busy, moving about, burning out, rather than burning my own brain out. Sometimes I do both, but moving helps. Keeps the brain running. Healthy body, healthy mind. Or was it the other way around? Fuck, I can't even think coherently right now. I just know there's something. There must be. There has to be.
I should have looked into this when she was still here. Maybe none of this would have happened if I did.
Hopefully the place is still open when they didn't change the recipe, my dude. The words slip out of my mouth before I can censor them. The guilt and sorrow, feelings I won't let others even catch a glimpse of under normal circumstances, all laid bare in this one moment of weakness. Zach will say otherwise. He's always been the optimist, the one who sees the best in people. But such sentiments or any words of comfort won't change the truth. That a single instance of neglect and indifference has cost me someone really dear to me. Again. And again. And again. We've all been given our warning that day in that desperate, pleading tone of hers, and I'm the first one who brushed it off. Still, like the usual, Zach tries. A benefit of the doubt I'm not worthy of.
Rebecca and I are still here.
For now, my dude!
We'll manage, one way or another.
Don't make it sound so easy. We have no idea what we're dealing with here.
This is a whole fucking mess, and we're in it blind. The only way to make it worse is if we start running around like a bunch of headless chickens. But I have a concrete plan now, I think. Aside from those writings, there's another thing linking most, if not all, of those victims. The latter I'll still have to look deeper into, of course. However, this little deal had been bothering me since Inspector Abigail pointed it out during the briefing. Even the news has picked up on it. Most of the victims are employees of the same company before their untimely deaths. Briar Realty Corporation. However, my suspicions are mine for the moment. Wait, no! He's not gonna break in and I have to do the elevator minigame again, do I? Ash, don't. Ash. Please. However, my suspicions are mine for the moment. The details are something Zach doesn't want to know until I have something to show. It's enough that he's aware that I have an idea in mind. For his part, Z-Man doesn't push it, and nothing but a heavy silence leads to my departure hours later. Seriously, Zach would probably make a more responsible officer than me. If only he had the heart to join the force. Dude, I can't believe the QuickTime events are on normal. Like, what are they like on hard? Why is there a difficulty level for a visual novel? Oh man, can you imagine a difficulty level for a visual novel, and if you change the settings, it like uses harder words? I don't know. There's no setting to actually change the difficulty. It just says, like, in the Steam achievements, do all QuickTime events on normal mode. And I'm like, what do you mean normal mode? What do you mean? We could certainly use more kind people like him. But as good as that thought is, I push it all into the back of my mind as I head for my car. Tonight I can't stay distracted. I drive to the BRC, and the drive to the BRC is a quiet affair, more so the long hour wait for nightfall. Even with the radio blasting lively tunes, the place is rifled with tense energy, only a matter of minutes now. But the ticking seconds don't take away the edge, and for the 5th time, I reach out and fiddle with the radio, adjusting and turning the knobs with no real purpose. It's a nervous quirk I've developed and never bothered to correct during stakeouts, something to keep my mind occupied during long nights. What I would give to hear Zach's, Rebecca's, or even Isabella's voice right now. Scope BRC out, see if the real estate company has any more information that may be of help. That's the plan. Cooper and Isabella both worked on it before.
No, Zachary, I was just talking to her. She was alive, and I shouted at her. I should have at least heard her out, given her the chance. She was so worried about everyone, that something might happen to us. Zach, she was warning me. She said we might be in danger. Remember Rose Cooper, her co-worker, on the news? You've heard it, right? She was saying something about her and the letter she got from that mansion.
Whoa, wait there, Rebecca. That's a huge jump in logic right there. And a little bit too much to take in at once, frankly.
I know that. If nothing happened, I wouldn't have given it much thought. But as it is, what if she was right all along? What if that letter she found really has something to do with this? The same thing was written in her room with her own blood and...
And nothing. I expected to hear a better argument from you, Rebecca.
Woof.
And before you ask, the stupid letter's with forensics now, along with the other evidence. Don't waste your time looking for it. The whole case is a train wreck as it is.
Sure, I could also check the station for full reports. That's the easy, semi-legal way. But I don't want to bump into Chief right now. The guys at the precinct will definitely throw me out on his orders as soon as they see me. Not that my plan right now is any better. I'm just breaking into a different place, more or less. Honestly, it's a toss-up between breaking into this office or the Wrights Mansion. I found a picture of someone made of the ghost taking a selfie with the game characters. Oh my god, that's so messed up. That's great. As it stands, I'll have an easier time getting in here first. After all, why would someone want to break into a realty company? That works. Of course Luke's drunk. Been here many times before, anyway. For a few casual visits when I wanted to bug Scaredy Cat. Over the years, I have more or less grown familiar with their security setup and how badly staffed they are. Plus, it's an old building, If the bankruptcy rumors are true, it just means their access protocols might also be outdated. Huh. Interesting. It gives me enough confidence as I exit my car and march towards the building. There are no side entrances, unfortunately. I'm going to have to do this the hard way. All things considered, though, it feels like this might go smoothly.
And where do you think you're going, young man?
Hey there, sir. A nice night we're having, eh?
Shame I paid full price for it, but then again, it is honestly worth it.
Hello yourself. It's late. Most offices in this building have already closed up shop for the weekend.
The bloke seems friendly enough, though one can't really tell from his voice alone. He might be the weary sort for all I know. But what is Saint Maker? I've never heard of that. Keeping an unconcerned face and aloof air won't hurt, until I figure out how to wiggle myself out of the situation.
Just come back on Monday if you have important business.
Ah, it's another horror game. Honestly, J-Bent, I'm broke when it comes to play money right now. I also made the mistake on buying Terraria for everyone, honestly, for the cute animals. I did not have the spare cash and I didn't check. Oops. So I had to dip into my savings a bit, but it's not that bad. He's probably been working here for a few months already. Maybe around 4 to 6 months, max? Oh, because I bought, like, the 4-pack, it was, like, $40 Canadian? Yeah, they have a they have a pack version so that you can gift it to friends easier. Yeah. And it's cheaper than just buying it individually. Otherwise, you would have recognized me at first glance. I haven't shown my face here since I've been assigned to the firm case a year ago. In the first place, none of their security officers have ever lasted a year in service. The longest was around 7.5. I'll give this guy a round that before he gets fired or finds a better paying job. For the moment, his too friendly attitude is almost a gift.
Really? Damn. Boss man won't be too happy to hear that.
Boss man?
Sorry, it's my boss, Mr. John. He asked me to get a few things from his table. Important work stuff, you know.
Ooh, sup, Aaron? How is you?
John? From Briar Realty?
The one and only. But this sucks. I didn't realize the office closes early on weekends. Shouldn't have stayed for another movie. Damn.
We are all just here in the end, Aaron. No, truer words haven't been spoken. Have never been spoken.
I'm gonna get an earful later. New hire, you see?
Good thing Isabella has been quite open with stories from her office. I'm gonna have to fight someone on Ko-Fi. Hold up. No matter how mundane they all are. Here a bear there, anywhere a bear there. J-Bent. J-Bent, what are you doing? J-Bent. J-Bent, what are you doing? J-Bent. J-Bent. What are you doing? J-Bent. J-Bent. What have you done? Hold up, I'm so sorry. Aaron, what are you owing about? Huh? Aaron, I thought you're innocent. J-Bent, what did you do? SpongeBob, Patrick, what? curious for noises. No. Javen, I have taxes. Javen, I have taxes, please. Ah, fair, Aaron. I wish you the best of luck learning. I deeply apologize. But yeah, thank you for the dono, Javen. But yeah, I am slowly replenishing my my savings. Don't worry about it. Good thing Isabella has been quite open with stories from her office, no matter how mundane they all are. That apology was deep. It was. It brought a tear to my eye, Aaron. Honestly. Granted, she rarely talks about her boss, but what I've gleaned from it is enough to fabricate a decent, believable story.
You new hires are always so dumb and clueless, I swear.
Damn. I think taxes are due in April in Canada, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they're due April. That's so fucking stupid. Yeah. Oh, the earliest is February 19th, though. Huh, interesting. Huh, I made it a tradition to, like, do my taxes on my birthday. Or something like that. But anyways. Huh, I guess I can do my taxes after this. I didn't know we could submit them earlier than April. Huh. Well, maybe I won't. What are they gonna do about it? Oh no! The tax people are gonna go after Javen!
You guys come and go a lot these days, but I suppose that's because they pay you a lot less in commission than the older agents, huh?
You can say that again, but it's nothing hard work can't fix.
Unreasonably so, Javen. Unreasonably.
Sure, you can do that. This branch stays afloat.
What do you mean?
You know, stuff in the news.
You mean what happened with Rose Cooper?
I don't know what exactly my percentage is because this isn't exactly well paying. So the government actually can't take much from me. So yeah, I don't know where I am in the tax bracket. I don't think I make it very far, honestly. Patience is the key. I can't rush this one or he'll get suspicious. Or I might make a mistake. Besides, if I'm going to be stuck here with him for a while, I might as well try to gather as much intel as I can. He may just be on guard, someone with no real authority, but most of the time, people like him are the ones who know more than they let on.
Yeah, but even before that, we've got a couple of good blokes we never saw again. There was this one kid too, Santillian? Sanchez?
Santos. Isabella.
Really? Those guys could have just resigned for all you know.
Dunno, I only catch tidbits of stuff from over here. Though seriously, I heard the branch is getting flushed soon, but that's no excuse for anarchy. You're the third newbie he sent running errands this week. I can't keep letting you all in after office hours. I'll get in trouble too, you know?
Come on, just a few minutes.
There's a long pause from his end, as if he's contemplating his options. A little push is all it needs before he gives in.
You know how fickle the boss's moods can be.
Well, yeah, but...
Please, I really need to get those files to him tonight.
Alright, go ahead. Swear you young ones have no respect for authority.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Using the side door presents a different problem, however. It needs an access card. One I don't have. I could always pry it open and use a gecko. But right under the guard's watch?
There's just this one problem.
What is it again?
I forgot my access card.
I make a show of facing the security cameras, pulling my empty pockets out and presenting him the sorriest look I can muster.
Bloody hell, kids these days.
Is there any way for you to...
Boy, you're lucky I'm nice. I'll go and unlock the side entrance for you then. You can use my card, it's on the front desk. You'll need to beep in when you report for proper work on Monday, though. And don't forget to turn off the lights before you leave, Kane?
He cuts off the connection before I can thank him. Soon, the latch clicks, and the side door swings open. The guard, a stout man wearing a uniform still too loose for him, waves me over from the gap before he disappears behind the station again. Just my luck. Here I thought I'd have to use some unconventional methods. Sure, I might be getting the guy in trouble. I kind of feel sorry for that. But it's not like he'll be keeping the job for long, if he's always letting people in like that. If BRC doesn't have long either, he'll be hunting sooner or later anyway. He's lucky I'm not here to hurt anyone. If I were someone with ill intentions, he might not be smiling at the end of the day. Of course, as I step into the building and grab his access card, I try to push all these concerns as far down as I can. I need to focus. Work is work. Although, if this is a sign of what's to come, then maybe things aren't indeed looking up. No. No! It's a quiet ride up to the 7th floor, where the BRC Luxburn main office is. Seb, according to his access card, has been kind enough to switch the elevator's power on, just as I'm about to head for the fire exit stairs. Which is a welcome relief. I'm an active guy, but stairs? I don't want to tire out too quickly in case things get ugly. He needs to get the papers first, and then we can cry about the elevator. There probably won't be any trouble with the building this quiet. But you never know. I swear, the whole place definitely feels eerie at this time of night. But until I've confirmed anything, those are still just stories. Worse things can happen, no need to scare myself. Staying calm means fewer mistakes.
Oh, I sure am fucking gutsy, especially with what I'm doing.
I'm breaking a lot of laws here. Best thing that can come out of this is that Isabella was right all along. Worst case scenario? I find evidence that would implicate Biasia Luke Wright. That would implicate Biasia Luke Wright in a crime, and my meddling. If I'm not careful enough, that makes it inadmissible in court. This gives me the opportunity to make my version of the Jurassic Park 3 edit. Maybe. Though I'll be honest, I strongly prefer losing my job or facing rights over some spirits or ghosts or whatever it is. I could always work around the problem with the former. Fighting off a phantom? How does one even do that? Do guns even work on them?
Yeah, not going to happen.
But tonight, I'm here to fix things. If I do it without leaving a trail, all the better. Good thing that's what I'm good at. Half-baked knowledge. Get into BRC on your own. The immediate area beyond the elevator doors sees the agent's stations. There's a lot more to the floor, of course, but first order of business, as soon as I'm in, locate the records room, then the security. Passing the sea of cubicles, I can't help but take in everything in their office, a force of habit for the most part. As far as I know, BRC Luxburn used to own this whole building. Offices in several floors once upon a time when real estate is still a lucrative business for the company in this side of the country. Then competition showed up and suddenly everyone's not so good anymore. It only got worse as years went by, or so according to the rumors. Now the branch is just this floor, despite what the huge sign on the building's facade says, and frankly, it's not too hard to believe when one looks at the state of this room right now. A number of desks have been cleared out. Personal mementos are scarce, as if the employees have gone on an exodus. That'll be downsizing. Probably. Searching for what I need would be a whole lot easier if Isabella were here. Maybe she'd even tell me more about the sudden layoffs. She had always been...
Focus, Frey. There's no point in whining or dwelling any longer on it. That's why I'm here in the first place.
Without her, I'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm a detective, aren't I?
Besides, the longer I take here, the riskier the situation becomes.
Brushing it all off, I immediately get to work. On the far wall of the main workspace, plaques label most of the doors for easy identification. I am Eepy. The staff lounge and the branch manager's office are places I'm familiar with. They're easily the most accessible of the private rooms. To the right of the manager's offices is the meeting room and human resources. To its far left, the records, followed by security further back. Easy as pie. What will be tricky is getting inside both rooms. The security room first. The fact that no one has walked out when I entered means the room is either empty or the guard is sound asleep. I'm banking more on the former. If they're cutting corners and firing agents, I have no doubt they've fired the guy stationed here. If they have anyone watching the monitors in the first place. It's a rather common thing for establishments. Just leave security recording indefinitely, and only check the footage if something actually happens. Just to check, I press my ears against the door, listening for a sign of anyone occupying the room. After a long minute and nothing, I move backwards. I move back towards the records door and give its knob a few rattles. Time to get to work.
Standard lock and key. Should be easy enough to pick.
Zach would say otherwise. You have broken so many of his locks. We have lockpick sets, but those are only to be used if necessary, and with a search warrant. Even then, it's a skill set rarely needed. For some reason, that reminds me of the dude who learned lockpicking to impress a girl. Only for it not to work, but he ended up impressing a different girl. Subtlety isn't on a cop's priority if they have authority to search the premises. Bolt cutters and brute force are the favorite methods. If those fail, we call a locksmith. Me, I prefer the good old hairpin trick when those options aren't available. Besides, they're easy to hide and store for emergencies. Running my hand through my hair, I pull a pair of bobby pins. 2 of these, and I can just about open any standard lock. One makes a lever, the other makes a handle. I won't call it a complex skill, but it certainly takes time and a lot of practice to successfully pick a lock. Good thing I practiced with them for a bit in my college years. I learn more when they're accessible and a standard issue for a law enforcement officer. A wiggle here, a click there, and I managed to seize all the pins in the locking mechanism soon enough. With a slight turn of the knob, the records room's ripe for the picking.
Easier said than done. Now, where should I start looking?
The property files are probably my best bet, as well as the people who worked on it, including Isabella and Rose Cooper. The sign-in forms from the open house can also help me keep track of the clients, but it's a little too far-fetched to think those people have been affected. It would have been news now. Isabella has already found the letter by the time the open house has started. Besides, out of all the visitors, it's only with the right couple who Isabella and Cooper had a notable interaction with, one that led to the sale of the mansion. So, for the next half of the hour, I work in complete silence, digging into every files compiled in the Ermengarde Mansions folder. The client files I leave alone, like the sign forms. Better narrow this down as early as possible. My best bets are still the people who have worked closely with Cooper, Isabella, BRC itself, and after all, that's where the connection is. Ah, okay. No, that'd just be good. Good ending would be having Isabella alive for this section so that we can get the information we need. But then what is true ending? Not an easy task considering how thick the whole thing is. Just the correspondence and contacts for the restoration alone makes up a stack of papers that's an inch thick. Third-party service providers hired by the masonry, radiators, woodworking, plaster work, slate roofing, and a whole bunch of other things are well documented. Hell, every single contractor who worked on the project were listed individually, even if they were just there to do the plumbing. It's a high-profile and high-cost estate, all right. But with that scope comes the loopholes. Means plenty of room to hide something in, if there's something fishy going on. All I have to do is find a pattern. And it doesn't take long. Upon closer glance, despite the original owners shouldering the renovation costs, it'll be surprising if they manage to break even on the Ermengarde mansion. With the additional expenses for the open house, the commission for their agents, and other overhead fees. At one point, the negotiations to get it listed under BRC's name almost broke down too. Some disagreement about the listing price. The owners wanted to be rid of it as quickly as possible, while keeping a worth at profitable level. BRC was insisting on a higher amount, double what the appraiser suggested. This, plus the rumor of their branch is closing. BRC Luxembourg really is in the red, and the sale of the mansion could have easily been a desperate move to keep the branch afloat.
No wonder the final sale happened as fast as it did. Sheesh, this place is just unlucky. Going bankrupt while the rest of this crap is happening?
But this isn't what I'm looking for. What I need is the who. The people aside from Isabella and Cooper involved in this business with the mansion, and the how they are now. I can't do much with the outside contractors. They won't be on file. The employee list, on the other hand. Because if Isabella was to be believed, if what she's seen and what happened to Rose Cooper is because of that letter, I need to know everyone who has possibly read it, aside from the three of us, if they've been noticing strange things too. For all I know, these may have just been a terrible coincidence. Although, the thought of that starts to diminish as I dig through the BRC's company files. Turns out there were two more employees who handled the mansion directly, aside from Cooper and Isabella. Christian Sly, the realty specialist, and Mark Julius John Marie, the estate appraiser.
This C guy, he was in custody just the other day.
Folks at the precinct said they went to his house after a noise complaint. They found him acting all crazy and had to take him in when he started getting violent. Kept screaming about a woman. It was driving the guards mad, but he didn't last too long. A few hours in, he just started bashing his own head against the wall, and well, it was messy to say the least. Guy is in the hospital right now, and I heard they're looking into putting him into a psychiatric ward as soon as he recovers. Within the company, he's been marked AWOL. John Marie, on the other hand, his employee file notes his date of leaving and when his final payment had been given. Along with it, there's a letter of his family to his family about the appraiser being found dead in the office. Communication is hush-hush, and there's a mention of compensation if they don't talk about it to the media. Inspector Abigail has often scolded me for not reading the reports on a regular basis, but I try to keep up to date as much as I can. When I do, I make sure I'm aware of the gist of what's going on in my city. This never reached the police ears, or the health and safety executive.
Business going under and someone dies while working here? Of course they want to keep that quiet. It's bad publicity. This whole thing is just getting freakier by the minute.
I continue flipping through the documents for a while more. It's a quarter of an hour later when I put down the papers with a sigh and begin placing the folders where they belong. Aside from those two, I've found nothing else of note. I feel like I'm still missing a lot of things here. It's about time I leave. I've taken too long. I make short work of creating duplicates out of everything I've deemed important. The pages with the names, addresses, and contact numbers will do. I'll start with the ones who live within the city. Once I've finished, I tuck the duplicates under my arm and bring the originals back to their proper place. With that done, I lock the door behind me, tucking it twice just to make sure. I have my work cut out for me. It's not like I asked for backup from the force. Now, on the next order of business. Removing the evidence of my little excursion here. Can't have my face plastered on security footage, showing me breaking the law, as it were. I'm gonna have to wipe the data for Sub's access card entries, too, so I won't incriminate the poor guy.
Lucky, you can't just open my door. Silly. Silly puppy.
Same with the records room. The security is also using a standard lock and key. Good thing my trusty bobbies are always there for me. Without much difficulty, I find myself facing the security monitors. The room's odor hits me first, a sharp, nauseating stench, as if someone has accidentally spilled a gallon of bleach in the room. When was the last time they opened this place?
Ugh, this place smells awful. Jesus, it's worse than the forensics lab on a bad day.
This is probably because of a badly blotched effort to clean the place up. Even in the dark, I can spy dark stains on the wall. I don't really have time to try and play is this ketchup or soda right now, but I have this strange gut feeling who the mess might belong to. Sup, Luck? How's it going, my dude? Have you played the Terraria yet? As expected, no security personnel means the office's CCTV controls and the standalone DVR setup is open for anyone. Normally, I'd have a heap of things to say about this sloppy security setup, but right now, their negligence makes the whole task of erasing evidence easier.
No fuss, no muss.
Fair enough, Luck. I hope you have fun with the Terraria. The next one should be the access card data. Hopefully, getting into their computer won't be too much of a hassle. Everything up to now has been smooth sailing. There have been hiccups, I'll give it that, though it does nothing to dampen the good mood I'm in. Once I shift my attention to the machine sitting next to the DVR setup, all of it swiftly evaporates. I do not have a PNG of what the back of my model looks like. My apologies. I am no computer buff, but I can definitely recognize one or more than a decade old. Simply looking at it makes me feel younger. I have no other choice, however, unless I pull the douche card and leave Seb to whatever trouble he might get into. I don't have a heart for such a thing. After all, the help the old man has unknowingly left tonight. Also, D&D sucks. Basically, we investigated a few rooms of the dungeon we've been stuck in for ages. What do you mean I need to be your Terraria sensei? I don't know anything about Terraria either. We'll die together. I hope Pokemon D&D goes better for you then. I don't have the heart for such a thing. After all, the help the old man has unknowingly lent me tonight. I am fine with dying together. Okay, it's gonna be like blood and bacon, but more people will be angry at us because Terraria is actually popular. With a heavy sigh, I power it up and mentally prepare myself for a slow slug. Slow apparently remains an understatement here. It takes a whole 3 minutes for the thing to start up. The OS hasn't even started loading, and in my boredom, I start to inspect the live feeds from the cams. Oh my god. I am so sorry to hear that, Luck. Only 2 works. One, for the view outside. Everything seems to be in order there. And the other, for the main workspace, where it's a fleeting glimpse. A cursory glance. But the sight of it stops me. The image is a bit blurry, but standing there, right in the middle of the room, by one of the cubicles, I can make out the form of a...
What the hell is...
I don't get too far into that line of thought. No few seconds after my words have slipped out, without any sort of warning while I'm still trying to make sense of what it is. A moment of paralysis hits me when she stops right in front of the camera. Like a damn rookie, I go still in the face of danger. I definitely haven't been trained to handle the supernatural, and this is one, isn't it? And... oh fuck. Her eyes bore into me, the malice in them, piercing. Even beyond the screen, it's enough to make me go numb. Only the mug crashing to the floor when my hand accidentally takes a swipe at it snaps me out of the trance. I do that in Minecraft. I always roleplay as a mole man. I just dig into a cave, make my house in there, and then my brother gets mad at me for not making a real house. It's great. I love being a mole person. Without a second thought, I back away from the controls, from the room, ready to be done with this place. But before my foot even moves, she disappears. I once got so lucky I made an entire ravine my house because it had no other leading cave systems in it. It was just a big hole in the ground in the world. Oh, I miss that scene so much. I love it. And that was my home. And I had like a full glass roof. Adam Ravine? Oh my god. Yeah, I lost the seed though. Sad days. But before my foot even moves, she disappears. Son of a fuck. Instinct instantly takes over, and my hand quickly reaches for the gun at my side. Ooh, maybe. I don't think I have multiplayer though. Only to meet empty air. A mistake that cost me a few precious seconds, while the paperwork I've brought with me threatens to scatter everywhere at the same time. Yeah. Gathering everything and myself once more, with no weapon to protect myself, my sense of self-preservation kicks in. Next, and I lunge towards the door. I sprint across the office without daring to look back. Okay. I'm cracking my knuckles. I'm gonna crack my toes, too. Yes, the Pikmin noise. I honestly loved my April Fool's stream where I IRL stream of me just filming the TV while I played Pikmin 2. That was nice. I sprint across the office without daring to look back. What do you mean you like the noise lock? No, you're kidding me. You're a liar. As soon as I make it out of the office, I practically throw myself into the open elevator and slam the button for the grand... Oh, the Pikmin noise. I thought you meant the croaking noise. I was concerned. As soon as I make it out of the office, I practically throw myself into the open elevator and slam the button for the ground floor. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, what? Hold up. Hold up. Where am I? Oh! There's only a QuickTime event with Isabella. And I think he does, Fish. He did say this is supernatural, right? He wanted reassurance. Ooh. Okay, so where we are now, there is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 different branching paths. All because we killed it. We killed Isabella, right? Wait, no, there's a part where they meet up where Isabella is alive. Interesting. There are 7 different endings for Ashton. I love the Pikmin noise. Did you know in Pikmin 2, in like the opening scene, in the opening, like in the start screen, that you can make them sing? Also in Pikmin 2, if you have 20 of each Pikmin, they'll actually sing the opening theme or random OTSs of the game. It's great. I miss that Easter egg. A sigh of relief escapes me when the elevator starts its descent. The clicking noise fades off into the distance. Shifting the stack of papers under my arm, I lean back and wait, in an attempt to compose myself. Breathe. In. Out. No! Wait. That's a garage. Never mind, I'm good. In a matter of seconds, the elevator stops and the doors open to... There's a moment's pause when I take in my surroundings. Confusion's understandably there, along with frustration.
Are you kidding me? They should just replace this whole thing.
I'm quite sure I pressed for the ground floor, though. But it's an old building. The elevator always did have problems when I visited in the past. Even Isabella becomes so angry whenever we try to get to her floor, and then she'll have to repeatedly smash the button for the elevator to even move. That was always good for a laugh. I wasn't too worried then. Now... Girl, you won't! Girl? No. I checked the log. I checked the branching path. I'll send you a link, Luck. I'll send you a link to why it's happening. It reminds me I'm not alone, you know? This is just nice. No, there's no QuickTime event. I check, Shade. I check. There's no QuickTime event. And we're in the garage. We should be fine. But I swear, if this If she won't. She's a coward. She's a coward. Okay, from the distance, beyond the light's reach, the noise echoes in my ears, along with the rapid pounding in my chest.
Anyone there?
Ashton, you are stupid. Fair, J-Bent.
I can hear you moving from here.
Ashton, stop being a dumbass.
Show yourself.
No response. Only the soft sound of something scurrying around the floor and the walls. Why is she running on the walls? In slow, deliberate movements, faint, though still audible enough in this hush. Bro, if I hear something thumping on the walls in the garage, I'm out. Until it stops. A moment. And then, this time, I'm certain it isn't my imagination. Against my training, my whole body stiffens. Hands stilling mid-press on the button, eyes growing wide while waiting for any sort of movement from further back, and ears strained for the source of the sound. Much as I hate to admit it, dread has seeped into every nerve in my body. And the blasted elevator still won't work.
This isn't in my fucking training manual.
Another series of shuffling against the ground, a laughter, and all of a sudden, she's just there. Like a twisted spider, she stares at me. A look of hunger in her eyes and venom in the twisted manner she smiles. A glee she has well earned. When I'm a damn fly that's been dropped right on the spider web. Looks like it.
Damn it! Damn it!
Without warning, she moves, mocking me with each unhurried crawl she takes, knowing I'm at her mercy.
Fucking hell, work, you stupid!
I'm surprised we don't see her model. Was this a mistake, or are they going with the vision of the unknown and we're supposed to use our imaginations? My life is in the hands of a crummy elevator, literally hanging between life and death. I'm not going to die here. Not in a damn elevator. Oh shit! Oh shit! No! 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 9, 7, 1, and 6, 2. No! 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 6. You're gonna die in a fucking elevator. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ashton. You're gonna die in a fucking elevator. You're gonna die in a fucking elevator. No! 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 Wait, where am I? Where am I in the I checked the branching tree! This is the quick time event! Where are we? You bitch. My brain blocked this out! My brain blocked this out! I didn't see this! Oh shit, she activated my cop. It's all coming together. He died in the elevator, okay. Why won't it let me use my numpad? Stupid game. Stupid ghosts. Stupid Ashton for calling out and shit. Stupid me! I can't. Please, I'm illiterate! I'm illiterate! At least it's just Ashton's scream now instead of Ashton and Isabella. 3, 2, 4, 9, 7, 7, 1, 5, 6, 8. 7, 9, 8, 6, 4. Fuck you! 4, 5, 1, 3, 6! No, I clicked 8! No, please! Please, ma'am! Please! I hate this! 6, 1, 7, 3, 9, 1, 3, 2, 9, 8, 9, 3. She was right there! She almost got me! They must have timed that. Why don't they let me use the numpad? I'd be out of here so fast. Scared plant noises indeed. It's not even scared, it's more sad. Why won't she leave me alone? I thought I didn't have to do this. As if a divine power has heard me swearing up a storm in my head. The doors close just as that thing looms near. Soon the elevator, the blasted thing, is headed up. And this is the most I've been tired my whole damn life. Not during training, when my superior first asked me to drop 100, not after a stakeout, but after smashing a fucking elevator button repeatedly. I slump to the ground, worn out, but I don't let myself feel relief again. Not until I'm out of here. Still, I find myself letting out a shaky laugh.
Fuck, I should have taken the goddamn stairs.
This isn't the time for jokes, Ashton. You were the one who stayed there when you knew it was after office hours and that no one else was in the building. What's wrong with you? Did you think the cat selection service chose you and you were gonna find a stray cat or something? No! No cat would ever choose you! That has to be the most meanest insult I've ever said to anyone. The cat system will never choose you, Ashton. I'm sorry. Twice I've seen it. Thrice if I can include the party. Unless I'm tripping balls without realizing it, there's no doubt in my mind that this is actually happening. I don't want to believe it. But with the truth staring me in the face, it'll be stupidity to deny the reality of the matter. As soon as the lift hits the ground floor, I hightail out of the building. Seb's sound asleep as I pass by his station. Damn. However, in the face of what I've seen, everything I've faced tonight, I really can't care less. Who will still see me on my way out. The sooner I get away from this place, the farther, the better. I'm just not sure if that also means being safe. Yeah, she almost got you, silly goose. Yeah, she almost had you. Oh. Friend, stop dying. It's bad for your health. I know it is. Fun fact, I'm actually getting sick again. Shite, it was only by luck I managed to get out of the fucking elevator unstuck. Had the blasted thing not work in the last second. It has to be timed to be the last second to help with the whole suspense thing. Otherwise, I just want to cry, man. I need some air. Fresh, breathable air that doesn't stink like death and gore all at once. Actually, speaking of air, thank you, Ashton. I actually do need to take a hit in my inhaler. Man, she took my breath away. Rude. Take care, Fish. Have a nice trip on the train. Oh. Okay, I can't believe she almost made me start wheezing. Damn. I'm panicking. Christ, losing focus. I can't afford that right now. I can't lose. When Zack and Rebecca might be in trouble as well. I'm so sorry, Ashton.
Remember your training, Frey.
Another deep breath, and soon I'm starting the engines and driving off. After that little incident, somewhere open would be good. Someplace I won't get trapped. Oh, I need some fucking air. Luxembourg Park brings a welcome relief, though only by some. Not Ash, Zack would say otherwise. I wonder if Kylie will still die on the route we're going on right now. She's honestly the biggest reason why I'm replaying the game. I feel so bad. The chill that seeped in my bones is still there, furling and unfurling underneath my skin. If I don't move, if I don't busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to happen when there are plenty of things to do. Wait, the ghost is the is the Spinosaurus though. I should be Cooper. Boop. Oops. Look, thank you for the water, but I hate to say that the coughing is sadly due to either my asthma acting up due to what I am currently sick with. I do appreciate it nonetheless, though. Yeah. It's because I got sick again after getting better. When I get stressed, I get sick easier, and something ended up happening the second I got better. So I ended up getting sick again. Oh, it's not fun. If I don't move, if I don't busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to happen when there are plenty of things to do. Like, I even turned off raids for this stream because I get an adrenaline rush whenever they happen, and I do actually internally panic. That's why I have the gif of Kanade from Rascal Does Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, panicking or being scared with wide eyes. Yeah. So I think just for this stream, raids will be off. Wait, Luck, did you try to get Lil to raid me? If you did, I'm so sorry. If I don't move, if I busy myself with anything, soon my brain will go haywire. It's the last thing I want to happen when there are plenty of things to do. Hello, Ski! Hi, how was stream? Yes. Oh, okay, Luck. That's good to know. But yeah, I turned off raids because my anxiety has been a lot worse. Sadly. But this already answers all of it, doesn't it? Those deaths. I'm glad to hear that you had a good stream. And thank you for the flowers. Thank you. Just how many copies of the letters are out there? Isabella can't have the only one if other people are also getting cursed. It could be that one she has shown us is just one of 5. Maybe even more. That whole pass this to 5 people business is ridiculous. But at this point, is it still? But yeah, Ski, you actually just missed the horror bit. Okay, we this is different. All in all, I've found 2 deceased people who might have read the letter. 4 if we count Cooper, as well as Isabella. And that's only with what I can find right now. I have no idea how the contractors and specialists hired from the outside company are doing. if they are in any way effective. It was the elevator scene. I was so mad at Ashton. How many more people are suffering? How many are missing? How many are dead? Can I still even blame the Wrights for this? If anything, they might be in danger as well. I don't think I can wish a curse upon anyone, no matter how big of a douchebag Luke Wright is. There's also that woman. How do we get out of this mess? How do we get away from her? Shit. Still, so many things we need to look into. Yet all my body wants to do is pace. Burn out whatever excess energy there is in me.
I'm not going crazy, am I? I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I didn't inhale anything weird. Just shit. Shit.
Pat. It's okay, Ashton. Of course, the panic passes soon, replaced by another tense silence as everything sinks in. The awareness of a much bigger trouble looming over me. Us. We're in deep shit, and it has finally caught up and hit me like a ton of bricks. Because Isabella has been warning us since day one, and I'm the first person who brushed it off. Suddenly exhausted, I slump down on a bench and bury my face in my hands, as every regret bears down on me. And in the stillness of the park, a police slips out. Oh no, Kylie, you're not here, are you?
Isabella, what am I supposed to do? Tell me, please.
Oh, I feel bad now. A desperation. After all my failures, after all the things I've disregarded, all at the cost of the people I care about. We never got this music before in Ashton's route. Not until we faced down Luke Wright. What? Darkness blurs the edges of my vision. Black tendrils twist and coil around my limbs. Soft footfalls echo from the far distance, scurrying, scampering, moving in an odd rhythm with the sharp, piercing notes of her laughter. A scream threatens to burst, but my throat closes off. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into every nerve in my body, washing away every sensation in me, apart from one. There is only fear. Once again, her laughter echoes, a sound both bitter and unforgiving. It is the last thing I hear before she reaches for me. The ground trembles. The world slows to a stop. Morning breaks in a blurry mess of vivid shapes and colors. Oddly, there's no feeling of terror or confusion gripping me, despite the vague images that has driven me from sleep. Awareness kicks in shortly, though slow and sluggish as I blink away the last remnants of unconsciousness from my eyes. The early morning light already streams from the open windows, when the memory sets in, and the room I'm in finally comes into focus. Not a room. My car. I bunkered down here last night, after my nerves have calmed. When you almost get trapped in a confined space, there is no question about staying somewhere open. Not again. She might appear any time. She won't catch me off guard again. That woman. Is she still one in the first place? One that we'd normally call a human? Can I still feel guilt? Can it still feel guilt? Does it understand pain? Fuck. I'd take breaking and entering charges over whatever she was any day. Pushing myself upright, my eyes wander idly towards mess of papers I've gathered from BRC last night. Proof that none of it is a dream, no matter how much I wish for it. Then it shifts to the view outside, right to the line of trees and winding pathways. There are some already strolling about the place, a few people here and there, dotting the space my eyes can reach, but otherwise the whole park is empty. Quiet. For some reason, I can't stand the silence right now. Not when that woman's face has been burned in my eyelids. Whenever I close my eyes, I see her. It's a miracle I'm still able to get a few hours of sleep, even with that horrid laughter of hers still ringing in my ears. But then maybe it's simply my exhaustion at work. You'd think I'm used to going 48 hours, maybe even more without rest. And I am. But what happened at BRC has shaken me up like nothing else has. Thugs and criminals, hell, even crime lords I can deal with. But ghouls and the undead?
Well, I didn't sign up for that.
Seriously, this better not be the start of some sort of zombie apocalypse. Actually, maybe a zombie thing would be preferable. At least I know what I need to do. Shoot dead stuff until they're dead for good, and leave figuring out how everything went to hell to the scientists.
Thinking about it won't change anything, though. She's just toying with our lives.
She's dangerous. If we don't do anything about her and this curse, we'll definitely be pushing daisies soon. I can't let what happened to Isabella happen to the others as well. I've dallied on this long enough, left all my friends in harm's way after the warnings they've given me. I do admit I'm afraid. But beneath the terror, adrenaline keeps me running, compels me to take action, to do something. I still have 2 other people I need to check with. Isabella would definitely get in a tizzy if I don't check on them. God, I should have listened to Isabella. Maybe I don't need to outright believe her, but I should have listened. Then maybe she wouldn't be... There's no dwelling on what-ifs and should-haves. I can't do anything about the past. What I should be caring about is what might happen. That I can do something about. With one last sigh, I start my car and slowly pull off the parking lot. Zack has already been warned yesterday. I trust him not to do anything stupid. Rebecca, on the other hand, we ended on a bad note last time. Might as well mend things with her first. Cold Luxembourg air meets me upon slipping out of my car. Not unusual in and itself, that is what Luxembourg's weather is supposed to be. A bit cold, damp for the most part, and more often than not, terribly drab with an occasional sprinkling of rain every few hours. The sky is still clear, but I'll give it a day or two before the weather takes a turn for the worse. I've complained about the awful rain for years, despite having lived here my entire life. I have to admit, though, seeing it return to the usual feels extremely reassuring. At least some things still normal in this world, when I can no longer think the same for the situation we're in. A nightmare. That's probably all this is. Usually I'll say I've been through worse, but that's simply another lie I've often told myself, isn't it? And I've fed myself a great deal of lies through the years, just so I won't have to think about it the next day. Maybe we won't even have this problem if I haven't been running away and ignoring things. Hiding them somewhere, someplace no one else will see. Because I've since believed doing so is a show of weakness. Z-Man has shown me the photographs, mentioned weird things happening around him these past few days. Bottom line, he likely knows as much about this as I do. Why else would he approach me, the guy who knows stuff, according to him? In the end, all I've done is give him the brush off. Some reliable guy I am. Hell, Rebecca's probably in the same boat. grasping for anything that might provide an answer, a way out of this. What can any of us do when all of us lacks any understanding of what's happening? One thing's clear about this, however. That thing is after us because of the letter. Isabella already died because of it. Yet here I am, waking up Becca's door, one slow step at a time. A stalling tactic to allow myself some time to pull the mess in my head in a better order. How to phrase this? When there's 90% chance she's still pissed about a whole different matter. It's the only reason I didn't check on her last night. I'll only alarm her by showing up in her home in the middle of the night, acting like a babbling lunatic. And her anger can last quite a while. These past years, it seems the only one she had been able to easily forgive was Isabella. I kind of wish she was here to help me talk to her. I run my hand through my hair and straighten out my jacket before knocking. Once, twice, and 3 times. Just to be sure Becca has heard me, even if she is asleep. She's usually awake by now, though.
Hey, Becca, it's Ash. Open up. Don't tell me you're still in bed.
Seconds tick by. No answer from her, and dread has started to creep up. I've been trained to handle dire situations, but the feeling has been doing that quite frequently since last night. My mind begins to anticipate the worst, and in the last minute, concern has mixed in with my thoughts, and I bang my fist on the door, louder this time. She'll definitely be livid, but I'd rather face her wrath than a dead body.
Becca, it's Ash. There's something we need to talk about right away. Open up. I know you're...
Your girlfriend left early this morning, pretty boy. So if you could do us a bloody favor and shut up, that'd be real fucking polite.
It's like a deeper sounding Luke. My hand pauses short of landing another heavy knock. From another unit, Rebecca's other neighbor peeks through his door, though I see nothing but a bundle of blankets. I'll say they need help from being devoured by their sheets, but it sounds like he's just fine. He's a huge asshole, too. Course of action. So people like him won't ruin your day. Act like the nicest person on the planet. Has done me wonders when I was a rookie patrolling the streets. No need to match his temper.
Oh, did she say where she was going?
I don't know. She said something about meeting someone or something. Well, what am I, her keeper? You know some people want to sleep in on a bloody Sunday, so keep it down.
Look, thank you for the sunshine. It feels brighter in here already.
Just looking forward to this weekend. Thanks, you damn git.
Well, there's no need to be an ass about it. I'll get out of your...
He slams his door shut without warning, but not before muttering a string of very colorful words about me. Probably thinks I won't hear him from inside the 4 walls of his apartment.
Jerk.
And at the end of it, a sigh. So Rebecca's not here. I might have missed her by an hour or so, but at least she's not alone. She should be safe in theory. I think I've read this in theory. I have not. Okay. More so if the person she's meeting with is who I am thinking. Nevertheless, I still can't help but worry. It's an easy thing. Counting down increasingly darker lines of thought. To act brashly, to find out where she is, and go straight there without deliberating on my actions first. There's Zach, to boot. Rebecca's not alone, but I can't say the same for the big guy. A simple phone call to both of them should do the trick. It'll ease my nerves, at any rate. It's better than rushing over to Zach's place, or assuming Rebecca's whereabouts, and finding out they're not where I've guessed they should be. Assuming the worst will come to next, which I'd rather avoid this early. Any other reason, I won't bother them, but an emergency begs for urgency. This is one, right? Even if it isn't, anxiety from concern dulls judgment. Something I most certainly can't afford to lose at any given time. especially right now. Any means to calm it would do wonders for the muddled mess my mind is already in. Pulling up my phone, I thumb through the screen until it ends up on the group with only Zach, Rebecca's, and Isabella's numbers listed. The last one I don't have the heart to remove yet. Other people will probably say I keep too few friends when they chance on this. To some extent, it's true. I can easily name about 100 people I've been acquainted with through the years. Colleagues, blockmates from uni, neighbors, those sort of people. They all come and go. But these three have chosen to stay for some reason, without wanting or asking for anything. Unlike the others, none has Zach's kindness, Rebecca's patience, nor the sincerity in Isabella's eyes. Or serenity. It might be sincerity. English is hard. One day, these guys are just there. The next thing I know, being with them eases it. That heavy, somber feeling lingering in the air when you stand alone in your apartment, or something as simple as spending your day off without anyone. I'll say it's loneliness, but this carries much more depth than that. If I can help it, I don't want to lose the rest of them to some stupid curse. Oops. I've already lost one. Oops. I feel bad now. Oh, excuse me. My nose was getting clogged. A phone call may at least be comforting. Well, be at least comforting thing at the moment. Honestly, I prefer being in the same room with them right now, but I'll take what I can get. Becca first. She'll get angry at me for worrying about her. She isn't some helpless damsel in distress, after all. She isn't the shy little girl I knew when we were children. We're already far from the people we were back then, but that's more than enough reason to check in on her. I don't have to imagine her taking anything head on. She'll do it, instead of asking for help when she needs it. I don't care if she gets mad at me, if only to know that she's fine. A ring, in the silence of the hallway. Its sound alone might as well be sharp enough to pierce through my ears. Oh yeah, Toy. My anxiety has been so bad lately that I even turned off raids. Apologies, my dude. Yeah. Go annoy someone else. I hope you had a fun stream though, my dude. Fair enough. Another second passes. 2, 3. But when on the 9th ring it goes straight to her voicemail, a cold feeling instantly lodges in my stomach.
Rebecca Gales here. You've reached my voicemail. Sorry if I can't get to you right now. Oh, and if this is Isabella, yes, you'll force to reheat the food in my fridge. Otherwise, leave a message.
That is so cute! But annoying you is nice because you friend. Luck, it wasn't directed towards you. It's fine. I'm done motion track the plant. Gotta add the ghost now, and I'll put it in Discord. But the Spinosaurus is supposed to be... But the ghost is supposed to be the Spinosaurus. But yeah, Jabin, have fun with that. Probably just busy, that's all. Though I still barely manage to keep my voice even when I speak.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Fair enough, Luck. Becca will be alright. Is alright. She's safe. She's with someone else. Okay. Okay, then you just mistyped when you first stated it then. Fair enough. In the event that woman shows up, she'll have someone with her. Someone she'll be able to ask for help. She's safe. She can handle herself. Becca might have a fiery temper, but she knows when she's faced with something she can't handle herself. Rebecca will see my missed call, and she'll call me back. Though I don't express it enough, Rebecca is someone I consider important to me. She's been my friend for the longest. Anybody else would have been fed up with me and left. The girl stuck by me, no matter how big of a jerk I've been. There's Zach, too, of course. I'll always be thankful for having them around. There had been Isabella as well. Her presence in my life will always be immutable, even if she's no longer here. The worst times before, however, Becca was there. No one believes me when I say it, but I've surely had my awful moments as a bratty kid and as a horrible teen. Issues, I've too many of them to count and refuse to deal with for a time. At least, that's what Andrew likes to tell me. I tend to think nothing of it. It has mellowed me down over the years, thanks to the professor, mostly. But at times, I do wonder if it still burdens me the way it did all those years ago. After all, I was terrible, especially around the time of my parents' separation. Looking back at it now, I had no reason to direct all my frustration towards everyone else. While I wasn't the kid who lashed out at anyone, preferring to keep to myself and turning those negative feelings into more productive things. I've grown distant from a lot of people because of it, from my old friends back in my old school, and the neighbors I have hung out with before moving. A habit I've likely brought with me into adulthood. I was just so angry with everyone and everything. All I keep thinking about was myself, wondering, why me? In retrospect, I was a selfish little bastard who thought the world revolved around me. That I shouldn't have been going through it. I believe my behavior was entitled, that I had the right. Tough times, but she stuck with me. Snapped me out of my little sulk, as she often phrases it, whenever she sees the chance to bring it up. She didn't tolerate my bullshit, and she didn't leave me alone either. If anything, the whole thing made her stick around. Her concern may have grown a little bit too overbearing as years went by, but she's still an old friend, nevertheless. I owe her a lot. That won't change.
Damn it. Where are you, Becca?
Another message left on her voicemail. Then, on my third call, I hang up. For the time being, I can't do anything more than to wait for her to return my calls. Worrying aimlessly won't get me anywhere. Zach, on the other hand, that guy attracts trouble no matter how much he tries to avoid it. Doesn't help how he hasn't been too hot lately with a lot of people. He mentions his plans yesterday doesn't sit too well with me either. He might be the next responsible adult after Rebecca, out of the four of us, but I've still got to check on the big guy. Make sure he's doing okay. At the very least, whatever he has planned on doing. All I'm asking is for it not to be idiotic. He's a sensible guy, I'm sure. However, desperation clings and pushes people to do things. Rational or irrational, it doesn't matter. Clear thinking flies out the window the moment you're in danger. For a split second I thought I heard the croak, and I sincerely hope he has not found himself in a tricky situation. His phone doesn't even ring before he answers. Or his voicemail, at least.
Hey, it's Zach. Well, a voicemail anyway. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, just leave a message, yeah? And no, Ash, you're not allowed to lockpick your way into my apartment again. Just do what any other decent human being does and call if I'm not around. Thanks.
Did he turn it off? Why? I don't want to assume the worst yet. Maybe he has forgotten to charge it. Can't be. The guy can be a bit of a Boy Scout, even more so than I am as a cop. He's the type who has an extra battery or a power bank in his bag, if he ever needs it, and he always does. He won't say anything or brag about it, and he's got quite the roster of VIP freelance clients. He won't just leave his phone dead in case he's on the field, particularly when people will likely be looking for him. He always leaves his connection open whenever clients or his friends need him. Zach is reliable like that.
Why isn't anyone answering?
That's my fault. His mobile is in an out-of-range area. Sounds more plausible, though the thought of it doesn't completely shake off the unease. Unlike Rebecca and I, he took the time to listen to what Isabella said, and even if he didn't believe it, he was definitely the first to offer help or to try to do something. If he ends up in trouble, doing whatever it is, so help me, I'm going to. Well, I can't be rash. I'm aware of that. Been running the same reminder in my head since last night. But if something happens, I'm certain my reaction won't be pretty. The added guilt from those times I've repeatedly dismissed him will surely haunt me.
Yo, Zach, call me back, alright? I wanted to check in and, yeah, just please call me back.
It's usually a joke between us when I say he's the Watson to my Sherlock. I don't see him as some assistant to put aside until he's needed, like some people like to believe, though. He's not some pity friend I keep around to make myself look good.
If anything, he's the one who stayed by me out of pity.
Zach's the one who puts up with me most of the time, even when he doesn't need to. It's not a case of a cool cop who helped out a minority. In truth, I was hard-headed, hot-tempered, and reckless rookie, up until I met him. It wasn't anything sudden, and some part of me is still that rookie. But I've grown, thanks to him. He tempers that part of me. Considering how our first impressions went, I'm lucky he's stuck around. Becca and I may have spent a lot of years together as children, but Zach, he's probably the closest thing I'll call to a best friend. Though it's more than that. A camaraderie no words can express. He has my back and I'll always have his. He's a brother I've never had the luck of ever having. Only child and all.
And I have every reason to worry about my brother.
Becca's neighbor did say she went out to meet with someone, no specific names. If I'm wrong and she's not with Professor Clark, then maybe it's with Zach. They've never been close, but it's not the kind of awkward friendship where meeting together remains out of the question. Regardless, I continue dialing for his phone another 3 times, like I've done with Becca's. In the end, after the 3rd attempt with no one answering, I stop and cut the call with a ragged exhale.
Waiting game it is, then.
I've been trained for those. Hell, I'm used to them, just not when it comes to people I'm close to. Much as I keep reminding myself to maintain a level head, it's a whole different matter when it's someone you know. Isabella's death has proven that. Personal feelings will likely get involved at some point. It's starting now, actually, with the anxious strings coiling and uncoiling, causing a racket inside my stomach. It still annoys me that all I can do right now is grit my teeth and trudge back to Isabella's apartment. Useless. That's what I am in the face of this. A mad dash around Luxembourg and Assam isn't going to help things. It's not like I'll simply stumble across them on the side of the road during a drive. The city's too big for one person to go searching for only 2 people.
That'd be like finding a needle in a haystack.
With one last frustrated glance towards the open skies, I prepare myself for the long wait. I might have already grown used to this, but the waiting will always be the hardest part. More so when it's people you care about, and sure enough, boredom strikes minutes later, followed closely by anxiety. I need to be doing something, but what? I've already gone through the papers from the BRC last night. Twice, in fact. And I'm still at a dead end, if Rebecca were here. Hell, if Isabella were still here. Unconsciously, my attention drifts towards the closed door of her apartment, and it hits me the second my eyes land on it. A split second of idea. I didn't bother looking into this when we were here the other day, considering the reason, or even during the investigation. But Cooper died. Isabella would have most likely received all the files for the Ermengarde mansion. In fact, she might not need to. They were partners, right? It's no longer a trainee-mentor thing. They both likely have the same copies of the documents. She might still be keeping some in her room. Something she hadn't been able to give to us because of the tragedy. However, immediately after the thought forms, guilt also rears its head. The fact I'm thinking about breaking into her apartment leaves an uneasy twinge in my stomach. It's wrong. All of it is wrong, inappropriate on so many levels of propriety I adhere to. If she's here, I won't even consider this. Really now. But if she's here, will she allow it? My gaze swivels back to the door, as if the thing's inviting me. One thing's for sure, however. Knowing her, she'll do any possible means if it'll save her friends from this curse. She can be stubborn like that sometimes, and it's enough to harden my resolve. So, muttering a silent apology to her and swallowing my guilt, I reach up for my bobby pins and begin to work with the lock. In under a minute, the knob clicks. And I quietly slip into her apartment. Whatever I am to find at the end of this, I hope it'll point me in the right direction. Despite all the packing we did the other day, her room's still a mess of things she had accumulated over the years. Papers, instant noodle cups, a few photographs, and posters we never got to include in the boxes for shipment. No matter where you look at this, the place simply has Isabella written in it. Just 5 years, and she's left this big mark of a light. Just 5 years, and she's left this big of a mark in our lives. I'd be lying if I say her presence didn't change a lot of things. And Zach, and Rebecca, and me. However, there's no time to reminisce about all this. As nice and nostalgic those memories are, there's work to do, things to find, if there's even any in here. I won't know that by simply standing here acting nostalgic. Wasting no time, I head straight for her study, where a chaos of papers and folders clutter the top. There are instant noodle cups still, plus a few empty pens, and crumpled paper littering the table. All points of interest in the room, but my focus veers on the laptop first. No malice intended. I'm simply looking for work files. Besides, I doubt she has anything to hide, and if it still means anything, that's exactly why Isabella has always worn her heart on her sleeve. Genuine. Uninhibited, open, free. While it has often gotten her into all sorts of trouble, her candidness, that wholehearted look she has always displayed and carried with her, are things I will never have a reason to doubt. Others will say it's her warmth that draws people to her, or her cheer. Neither are wrong, but neither is the whole truth to her either. Because those who have never bothered to look beyond the surface will never see it. See her. See someone earnest. Someone who has always meant well. A bit her underlying stubbornness. See how she loves. An affection that is altogether both warm, steadfast, and unflinching. In many ways, for a lot of reasons, she's the kind of person I want to be around with. Who who made me feel I am still worth something. You never meet many people like that. Not in my line of work. Always with something to hide, always with something to lie about. Getting dizzy. Who made me feel like Pikmin? Eventually, when you meet too many of them, you change too. You become like them. Perhaps the biggest thing I regret about this is I never had the chance to change that before she... The laptop finally boots up and loads the operating system. Although as soon as it does, I'm greeted by her password screen. I'm sorry! Ah! I'm trying to take care of myself. The laptop finally boots up and loads the operating system. Although, as soon as it does, I am greeted by her password screen. For a few minutes, I try my hand at a couple of obvious ones she might use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Password 1. QWERTY. Admin. Cinnamon rolls. None of it works.
At least she knows how to use the most common ones.
Since it looks like the company login, she might get like a company password. This adds a new layer of problem. Though knowing her, she must have written it somewhere. Not in the mess of papers here, but someplace she can quickly check. It's probably something she'll bring with her. Not necessarily a diary, but close to one. I've noticed one on her person several times before. Never saw its contents, but I've seen her write regularly on them, while waiting for a meal in a restaurant or during lulls in a conversation. Thank you, Javen. I hope it was fun to make. I just hope she's left where she's written her password somewhere here. It's the drawers I start with, from the bottom one. It takes a while going through the pile in each of the 3 layers, the bottom 2 yielding nothing, but old records she's been keeping. The 3rd one, though, yields one closer to what I'm looking for. All the pages have already been filled.
Probably why she dumped it here.
Carefully flipping through each reveals notes from a meeting with a client. Some are doodles at the edge of the pages, others taking up an entire spread. I'm starting editing for a YouTube channel as a side gig, so it's good practice. Oh, I wish you the best of luck, Javen. There are a lot of YouTubers who are looking for editors for clips and stuff, so yeah. I hope it's fruitful. Sometimes there are doodles on the edge of the papers, others taking up an entire spread. All old ones, and nothing of use to me right now. But on the last page, on a sheet folded in half, is it a picture of Ashton? Or all of them? It is all of them! Oh, for a YouTube channel. I thought you meant editing in general. My bad. My bad, Javen. Oh, why would you want me to... Why? Oh, you want me to stream what you edited? Yeah, that should be possible. Opening it reveals a doodle of the 3 of us, Zach, Rebecca, and me. From how we looked about 4 or 5 years ago, give or take. At the bottom, the words scrawled in a neat script after a few telling erasures. 707 Devlin 2011. Ah, so you just want to hear my reaction. That's fair. To-do list. Eat, noodle, sleep. Wait. Is eating not part of noodle? What is noodle then? If you're not eating the noodles. What is noodle? Yang Yang? Okay, that's the name. Yang Yang Co. Japan. Bermuda. Travel plans. Japan, Bermuda Triangle, Korea, Cup Noodle. What else is here? Clients. What does noodle mean?
Why are you crying?
Oh, yeah, it's late.
Up. Once Ash logs in, we're gonna react to something, and then I'm gonna have to write. But I'll stop streaming so you can be as loud as you want to, Pupper, okay? Okay? Oh, thank you for the kisses.
She is just a baby. She was actually scratching at my door multiple times. I didn't realize it was closed properly. Despite myself and how dismal everything goes on at present, a laughter slips from my lips, uninhibited, and without a care for who might hear. Cenovo 7, Devlin Court. I remember handling that case from 5 years ago. Even got a recommendation from Inspector Abigail, and a promotion to Detective Sergeant after wrapping it up. Some morbid case of a dead husband being stuffed in a sofa by his own wife, and at the heart of it, Isabella. Fresh off the boat, selling the first property assigned to her. Some sick sense of humor of the universe must have, huh? Though in hindsight, if all that shit didn't happen, the four of us won't even be together. I wouldn't have met her. Yet, in the end, I can't even tell her. Instead, choosing to hide behind teasing words and friendly jibes, because I'm a coward who can't even convey his feelings properly. Who can't even face the person he's become. Now there's only regret.
A badge, a gun, and I can't even protect my own friends.
To be fair, I don't think you can shoot a ghost. To other people, these may just be a series of letters. But to us, the people pictured on the page, they mean a whole different thing. That is true. Oh, do you know what'd be a messed up ending? Trying to shoot the ghost that's holding your friend and the bullets go through the ghost and hit your friend. That'd be a messed up outcome. Why are you crying? I let you claim my bed. Why are you crying?
Why?
Why?
What does the old lady want? What does the old lady want? Oh, she wants pets? Is that why you're trying to attack my hands? Is that why you're trying to attack my hands? Huh? You want attention? I already told you the plan, silly. I already told you the plan. We hanged out all day. You even slept on my arm. And you kept glaring at me whenever I tried to leave.
Oh, you headbutted the mic. It is sleep time. She's like, damn right it is. The ghost is like, man, what are you doing? Joke's on you. I'm American, I can shoot whatever. Apparently it also means Yes, buddy? Yeah? You want to go on my chair? Okay, yeah, you do. She is a sweetie. She's on my lap now. Apparently, it also means a great deal to her. One sentiment that goes far beyond some sense of nostalgia. enough to use it as the password for her own laptop. True enough, it works, and soon I have access on all of her work files. Nothing significant, though. Nothing I haven't already found last night. Perhaps the most noteworthy of everything is the log she left that night. She has taken note of every client who attended the open house and worked on the mansion, even the outside contractors. Okay, Lucky, don't be looking at things and wagging your tail when I'm playing a ghost game. What you looking at? Who you see? What you looking at, dog? Don't do that. We've been over this when you were a puppy. We don't pay attention to them. But yeah, when I first got her as a puppy, like my room door opened by itself and she started barking and crying at it when there was nothing there. So I just kind of grabbed her and then hid her under the covers. Yeah, Lucky, we're not supposed to acknowledge the ghosts. But yeah, she decided to leave me. Dang. Although for what purpose, I have no idea. Should I have looked into those last night? Okay, I think this is a good place to stop. Yes. Yes. I will not show it on this stream, J-Bent, because I am lazy. But I will look at it. Moldy Light is a beer man? Damn, disappointed. Oh, it's my winter version this time. I think 13 did my spring one, didn't she? Oh, that was the Spino's tail, J-Ben. But I appreciate that you made me spot her across the windshield. Imagine I play this game 4 times and we just have the fucking that scene with all seasons. Christ. That's fair, J-Ben. I really do appreciate it, my dude. Thanks. But yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, wherever you are. Ooh, I hope you have fun with that. If you do decide to make more edits in the future. Yes. Yeah? No! She's back! I think. Wait, I thought I heard Scratchy Scratchy. I don't know if I did, though. It's the ghost. Maybe it is. This is the thing haunting me. She's haunting me. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And yeah, this is Fern, over and out. Please take care.